This is Hannibal from thehannibaltv.com, and on the line I have the man that fought former WWE Champion Jack Swagger, who is now with All Elite Wrestling this past Friday night in Bellator, Anthony Garrett, who is recovering right now, icing his nuts as the fight, I guess, was stopped after he received three blows to basically your balls.
Yes, yeah. The fight was called a no contest due to three. Well, the ref called two. I call three, but two by the ref, illegal groin shots. The referee said they were unintentional. I'm not 100% sure how I agree with that, to be honest. I believe the second one was the one that he called first when he gave me a couple of minutes to recover. I believe that one was unintentional. But in my honest opinion, after I've watched the fight multiple times, I went for double underhooks when he threw the third knee that landed that ended the fight. So in my mind, that one was intentional.
And I have done some fighting in my life. I know what it's like to be hitting the balls. You are wearing a jock, but for fans that are wrestling fans that maybe never have necessarily been in an MMA fight or maybe have never been hit in the balls, that really takes the wind out of you.
Yes, yeah, it's excruciating pain, yeah.
And I know Jack Swagger, his last few fights he's made around the 50,000 or so range in Bellator. His opponents, I've read, have made closer around the $10,000 range. Would that be about accurate for?
Yes, that's very accurate, yeah.
So it's not like you're in this fight making hundreds of thousands of dollars to go on with an injury. You'd rather. I mean, you didn't have a choice. It was clear that.
No, the doctor stopped it, yeah. The doctor completely stopped the fight.
Because there was some controversy. Some people were saying you would have had 5 minutes
I
rest.
didn't even get the opportunity. They never told me that I was going to get 5 minutes. That's one thing that I'm extremely frustrated with was I expected the referee to check on me, not the doctor. And when the doctor came in, I was very confused as to what was going on because my process was take the 5 minutes, get up, try to recover, go from there, not for the doctors to come in. I mean, two doctors came in. I had no idea what was going on.
I see. So,
Yeah.
why do you think he was fighting that way? Because he didn't throw really any low blows in his previous two fights. It didn't seem to be his style, but three low blows with the ref counting two of them within a short period of time. It seems a little odd. We knew there was a lot of pressure on him going into this fight because now he is signed to a major wrestling company. It would have been really bad if he had lost this fight, but what's your reasoning
Yes.
behind it?
My honest opinion is, I mean, we all saw the first 45 seconds of the fight. It looks good on both of our ends. We're both throwing hands. We're both punching each other. We're both landing clean shots. And I truly believe that he gave me his best punches. I gave him my best punches, and I walked through his and ate them like they were nothing. Were nothing. They did not hurt. One bloodied my nose, so what? That shit happens. People bleed, not a big deal. I ate him, though. There was nothing to him. I could have taken him all day. And when he clinched with me, he didn't bull around like he did the other two guys. I controlled him. I'm strong. I'm way stronger than those other two guys he fought. I'm bigger as well. He couldn't control me the way he was controlling them, and I think he got scared. And he wanted to throw groin shots to try and weaken me, which it does. I mean, we all know if you've been hitting the balls, it weakens you very badly. It takes the wind out of you, takes all of it out of you, takes out a pep in your step. I mean, the knee that the ref did call, if you notice, I slowed down after that because it hurt. The first one the ref called, it hurt. It took the wind out of me. It hurt. I was able to continue after that one, but it did take a pep out of my step. But 30 seconds later, he throws another knee to the groin, and that's why I believe it was intentional because of how quickly he initiated the clinch and threw another one right off the bat. I mean, there was 30 seconds, maybe less, in between those knees. So,
Do you think there's any
just
possibility for a rematch? I mean, now he's signed to a company that's throwing out big contracts, so it might not be in his best interest to keep having MMA fights, but do you think there's any possibility you might get another shot at him?
I think by what I've seen, his reaction on social media, I believe that there is a possibility now. I know in the post-fight interview he said he wasn't sure, but I believe from what the fans were saying in the MMA community and the wrestling community, I mean, I've looked at his Instagram. His own fans are calling him out on his bullshit. They're saying, I'm a fan of yours, but come on, man. Like, those three low blows, like, we all saw it. Like, you got to own up to it. You got to fess up and admit that you did this and get back in there and fight again. I mean, tons of people are saying rematch, 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 rematch. My fans, his fans, MMA fans, wrestling fans, they're all wanting that rematch. So, I mean, it needs to happen. We need to make it happen. You know, I want all the buzz in the world to cause it to happen. I mean, I want him to feel that he cheated, because he did. You know, he cheated his way out, and he can say whatever he wants. He can say, I wasn't wanting to fight. That's bullshit, because I was in there with the cage. I was in the cage with him, fighting with him, taking his punches, blocking his wrestling. He couldn't do anything besides knee me in the groin.
And you did hit him with some clean shots as well.
Yeah, we both hit him. We both hit each other with clean shots. I commend him on standing and banging with me for a little bit. It was fun. I will be 100% honest with you. You're the first one that I can say this to you, but it was fun to get punched and punch him. It was fun. I was having fun till the groin shots. I really was. Like I said, the second one that we all saw, but it was the first one that the ref called, took a pep out of my step, and I was very frustrated after that. And like I said, 30 seconds later, you get the third one that stops the fight. I mean, I don't know a guy that can take two groin shots, you know, back to back in 30 seconds. You know, I don't know someone that can walk through that and try to keep fighting. I mean, I tried, but the doctor had stopped the fight.
I think if it
Due to
was
my
amateur wrestling, he
reaction.
probably would have been disqualified. I mean, I'm an amateur wrestler, and usually if there is two groin shots, at least in Canada where I'm from, they'll give it to the guy taking the groin shots. So
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I do believe it should have been a disqualification. My coaches do as well. You know, my dad's one of my coaches, so he's a little biased. But my other coaches who were watching at home that couldn't make it to the fight, 100% have been telling me that it should have been a disqualification, because you can hear on live television the ref warning him to get his knees up. You know, the ref warns him multiple times to keep his knees up. And that third one, he literally yells out. I didn't hear it because I was on the ground in pain, but you can hear it on television. The ref saying, "Come on, man, what are you doing?" Like, you know, I'm in all of it. I mean, I'm in all of it. I'm shocked and confused and very frustrated, very pissed off, and just want another crack at him. I just want to put my hand on him and hit him so bad it's not even funny. So
he
I
was
did then, I
saying
do now. Huh?
he was saying before this fight that he was looking for a big opponent if he had won this, like Fedor, or there was rumors of other big names. Could you possibly see him getting a big fight now after using those dirty tactics? I couldn't see him being rewarded with something like that after this.
No, yeah, no way. He won't get a big name fight. No, not after illegal knees to the groin, ending a no contest. I mean, I would assume Bellator would want us to fight again. Then, if it goes his way, he can get a big name fight. You know, but in my honest opinion, he's not ready for a big name like Fedor or someone like that. I mean, you know, I don't toot my own horn and a cocky punk. You know, I don't believe I'm ready for a big name like Fedor yet either. You know, or a Ryan Bader or anyone like that. Like, those guys are top tier, you know, champions, former champions for reasons. You know,
And his first two opponents were very low level. Like the first guy had a gut.
Yeah, I fought the first guy. I knocked the first guy out. He was my last amateur fight.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, J.W. Kaiser. He's a friend of mine now, so I don't want to talk bad about him, but he has come a long way, and he's a much better fighter now.
Oh, I'm not
But yeah,
saying anything against him. I'm just saying that that was a fight put together for him to get
yes,
the experience. It was a low risk fight
yes,
for Swagger.
yes, it was. Yeah, yeah.
What is your
Yeah,
Bellator contract? Was it for numerous fights, or was it a one-off deal?
So I need to relook at it. To be honest, my coach has it. My head coach. We're going to relook at it and reread it and everything, because in the contract it states if I win, my fight purse goes up. So I was assuming it was a multiple fight contract, but I am not 100% sure. So I don't want to say too much about that. If it was a one fight or multiple fight contract, we're going to go back and relook at everything and reread everything. The problem was when I signed it, I was just so excited for the fight and wanted the fight so badly that I didn't read everything and look through everything. Like, I didn't have like a lawyer look at it and that. I was just like, let's do it. Let's do this fight, you know. That's
Well,
what I call
it's a big
bullshit
name
to
in the
his,
wrestling industry,
yeah,
so why would you not?
exactly. That's why I call bullshit to his post-fight interview saying I wasn't wanting to fight. I mean, I've had how many fights, you know? I mean, I've been cut open in a fight and continued through it. You know, my last fight was a loss to Jordan Mitchell, and I had my eye split open and fought through it for an entire round and a half, bleeding all over the place. I'm a fighter, through and through. You know, I call bullshit to him saying that I didn't want to be in there. I mean, to be honest, it looked like he didn't want to be in there with the 3 groin shots. Clinching and throwing groin shots is a cheap, dirty move. We all know that.
Now, this is mainly a professional wrestling channel, so I would say there's a very good chance Jack Swagger is going to listen to this, or at least the message is going to get back to him. So to close this off, we'll hopefully check in with you again in the future. But today, what message would you have to Jake Hagar, Jack Swagger, whatever you want to call him, about the fight and about what you want for the future?
Yeah, whatever he wants to call himself, Jake, Jack. I mean, who gives a shit? I don't really care what he wants to call himself now. I call him Jake Hagar because that's his real name. And I just want Jake to know that we're going to rematch one day. It's going to happen. If I have to fight 2 more fights, 3 more fights for Bellator and then get a rematch with you, Jake, it's going to happen. If I have to go back to Shamrock FC, the smaller promotion I fought for before Bellator, and win fights and win their championship and come back to Bellator and fight you, I'll do it. It's going to happen. You can be scared. You can be fearful. You can be excited. You can motivate you, whatever, because it's motivated me to become a completely different animal, and I'm going to be coming after you 110% when I get that rematch.